Our guest on the Sans Showbiz podcast is a singer-songwriter from the Midlands in the UK. Chatting with Nigel Clarkson, it's the very talented Belle.
On the podcast today, I'm lucky enough to be chatting to Belle. Hello, Belle.
Hi, thanks for having me on again.
Oh, it's absolutely great. So much been happening since we last caught up as well, because you've been super busy, haven't you? We're going to come to your new song in a mo, which is coming out right this week, isn't it, really? First of all, if there's people listening to the podcast and they don't know anything about you, how would you explain yourself in a few sentences?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm Belle. I'm 17. I've got a passion for songwriting and singing, have done since I was little. I also love fashion and experimenting with my style and my hair, and also have an obsession with porridge, which everyone finds interesting. And yeah, just like sharing my life online and stuff.
So you're based in the Midlands in England, aren't you? Because we've got a lot of listeners in America as well. But they're thinking, whereabouts in the Midlands? And it's a lovely area where you live, isn't it?
Yeah, we live like just outside of Birmingham in the countryside, which people don't typically think of when they think of Birmingham. But yeah, it's very nice around here.
So I've been looking at all your releases of your tracks and everything, because you've been really busy this year. You seem to be like going full force on it at the moment, and you've had lots of releases out. We'll come to your new one in a sec. But what I want to know is, how did it all first start for you? Because some people will be wondering that, and they like to know the story behind an artist. How did you first get started into the music business?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've kind of like music's been my passion since I like came out the womb. But I guess when I first started releasing my own music, well, when I was 13 in lockdown, that's kind of when I first started songwriting, because I'd just been through a tough time in school and was struggling with my mental health, and that was kind of my way of, I don't know, it was cathartic for me. And then I got picked up on social media around like 2020. And then I released my first single, Run, when I was 15, so like 2 summers ago. And then kind of I went on a school tour, and that kind of like kicked it off, I guess. And then got invited onto CBBC and started doing lots of different performances and things. And now I'm here. It's been great so far.
So would you say, like, since you first started, Belle, as your music sort of evolved a little bit now into a certain direction? Do you know the direction that you're heading a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, if you listen, it's weird when I do like live performances, because I kind of typically perform them from like my first release to now, and it's like crazy to see how like my music's changed and evolved throughout like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm definitely influenced by like the 2000s pop rock era, but as of right now, I think the 80s is definitely coming back. So we're trying to incorporate that more into the new music. But yeah, it's just kind of seeing whatever fits the mold, and how. And also, if I have to like the music as well, I think that's a big, yeah.
So you write some of your songs as well, don't you? Because I was interested in how you wrote the latest one called Burn. And it was just talking to a friend that one popped into your head, didn't it? You thought, I've got a new song here.
Yeah, literally. I mean, all the songs I write kind of come like natural. Like I've never kind of sat down and gone, yes, I'm going to write this song. It kind of just happened somehow. But yeah, I was literally just talking to one of my best friends, and she was like just having a little moment thinking like, oh, what's she gonna do about her future? And then she was like, how are you so passionate, and how do you have like that fire? And then I was like, fire? And it kind of like just I don't know, type of thought. And yeah, it kind of just came naturally. But I think it's just a way of giving yourself permission to be excited about your future, and not let anyone else's ugly destroy your excitement and happiness.
Yeah, I've listened to that track, and I think, and I don't know whether I'm right and wrong in saying this, but I first listened to it, and I always try and pigeonhole everything I listen to. You know, I think, oh yes, that sounds like, and I thought it sounded like to me like a little bit of an 80s vibe in it. It's a modern song, but it's an 80s little vibe in there. And I thought, this sounds like Kim Wilde in her youngest days when she was singing in the 80s. There was a slight pitch of that, you know, a little bit rocky. And I thought, yeah, this is great.
Me and my mum love Kim Wilde.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that. I thought, yeah, it's got something here. Who would you say is the biggest artist at the moment in 2024?
As in like ones that I listen to, or just in
Yeah, well,
general?
generally speaking, is doing really well for themselves.
Um, at the moment, I've seen a lot of Chapel Roan. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yeah.
Got some great songs, and they're definitely very 80s, a lot of them. And also like Sabrina Carpenter, she's doing amazingly. Olivia Rodrigo's always been up there for like the last couple of years. But yeah, I think it's definitely like the 80s. Like if you listen to all the new tracks that are really popular, it's definitely got that kind of like 80s electronic vibe to it, which is really interesting actually.
Yeah, you're not going down the country and western route then. The country music.
Not quite. To be fair, I used to love singing country and western music, which a lot of people probably wouldn't expect. But I mean, you never know. I guess the future.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy in America last week, a couple of weeks ago, and he's the guy behind Kool and the Gang and all those bands from the 80s. And he said that the country music now isn't really proper country music. It's got too much of a rhythm and a bass beat, as he called it, a big fat bass beat to it. And I thought, yeah, you're right, actually. It's changed a lot, hasn't it? But it's sort of been pigeonholed in that route, but I don't know whether it truly is.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I think it's them trying to kind of fit into the mainstream industry by making it maybe a bit more poppy, so the people will like it.
Yeah.
But I guess you have to kind of be clever about how you're doing your music and stuff.
Yeah. Now looking back to your tracks now, and I've been looking at the videos. Who does all the production on the videos? Because that's absolutely brilliant.
Well, I think it's been for the last like 3 videos for like the AI ones, and we kind of I mean, AI is so cool. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about it, and it's quite a controversial topic, and I get it. But I think if you use it in the right way, it can be amazing. And yeah, basically I just wrote down a prompt and kind of like what I wanted, and then we send it off, and it kind of like it's just like this whole different kind of like universe which can be created. But
Yeah.
the first music videos I did, I directed and edited, and then this most recent one, it's not released yet, but that one has actually got me in it because the last couple ones didn't have me in it, so this will be exciting.
I'm right there with you. I love AI. I'm an AI nuts. I've got every program you can get, really. I just love it. And people go, oh, it's rubbish. But I think it's brilliant. The things you can do with it now, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a future as well. It's not gonna get rid of, so we may as well use it to its best ability.
Yeah, and by the way, your songs are 10 times better than any AI program can write. I've listened to them. They get a little beat going, but it's not quite human, is it, or something? They're not quite there,
I mean, I think that's all it is kind of missing, is the passion or like the heart.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So away from music, what's your interests?
As in like my hobbies and things?
Yeah. Behind the music scene, what do you like to do?
Oh gosh, I have so many hobbies. I mean, I have like ADHD, so I like have obsessions with like random things, and then I move on to the next thing and the next thing. So
Yeah.
like over the last years, I could tell you like, so many things I love to do. But I love baking. That's definitely something I've always loved doing. I like going on runs.
Yeah.
I like fashion. That's definitely like one of my favorite things. Makeup as well. That's fun. And I also do like crocheting and sewing. I'm actually very good at it, but I just enjoy it.
I didn't have you down for that. I really didn't. What about porridge? Because everybody goes on about you love porridge and that, and you're known for that, really, aren't you? Now, I'm surprised you've not got a real big brand and you're on the TV going, "Hey, you want to get this porridge? It's brilliant." In the summer, surely you don't eat porridge in the summer, do you?
Yeah, I do. I literally had it this morning. I don't think like I've had a day without it. Even like I was in like Spain the other week, and I was like hunting down places to eat porridge, and it's like I think it's actually an addiction at this point.
Oh dear me. I was thinking the other day, right, because of all the songs you've been doing and everything, and the production guys are right on it, aren't they? Have you ever thought of doing a Christmas song?
You know what? We've recorded some Christmas songs, but I think I don't know. I've never thought of releasing them because I think like during Christmas time the music scene gets very crowded.
Yeah.
No, never say never. And we do have some in the pipeline, so maybe.
Yeah. I think you'd be great at Christmas. I just got a funny feeling it'd do really well. Anyway, you never know. You might surprise me and say, "I've got a new Christmas song out, Nige. Have a listen to this." That'd be cool. So what's the plan for the future then? I know you're very busy because you're off to a festival as well, aren't you? The Reading's, is it Reading's Pride Festival?
Yeah, in August. Yeah, we've got lots of things going on actually at the moment, which is really exciting. Yeah, we've got Reading Pride, which I did last year as well, which will be ace. We've got a few other gigs which I can't say what they are yet, but will be exciting. And also, I'm back on CBBC Saturday Mashup literally this week. We're going to Glasgow on Friday, so that will be really fun. It will be my third time on there, which is kind of a bit overwhelming because I used to grow up watching the show, so it's cool to kind of be like a reoccurring act on there. So yeah, it'll be exciting.
That's great. Is that show live as well when you go on that show?
Yeah, it is live. Yeah.
Oh my, that's a bit of a panic, isn't it, when it goes live? Do you not find that, or do you not bother about that?
You know what? I think it's more fun. I love kind of the hecticness of it all, and especially like when I have to like play games on the show as well. You have to like, okay, I've done my performance, so you have to run over to like the other side of the studio and do something else. But I really enjoy that. It's kind of like fast paced and it's really fun.
Yeah, when it's live, it goes super quick as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you get a lot of fun on that program. So that's coming up. You'll be looking forward to that. Do you get like butterflies the night before you're on the TV?
You know what? It's so weird. When I do stuff like that, I feel less nervous. Like I probably feel more nervous for interviews and things. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I get a little bit nervous, but it's more excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite comfortable in that environment for some reason.
And on the festival, do you find that okay to do? Do you find that a bit
Yeah.
nerve-wracking, or is that all right? I find that's all right, isn't it? Because you can't really see anybody on the festival. You can see the masses, but you don't see any individuals, do you?
Yeah. My eyesight is horrendous and I don't wear like lenses or anything. So like all I can see is blurred people. Like I remember I did Rainford party in the park the other week and people were like holding up signs on their phones. I was like, I'm sorry, mate, I can't see a thing you showed me. But...
This way, over here, this way.
Probably should wear my glasses.
So you got all that to look forward to, and then you go all the way through the year. Is there anything like new songs or a new album coming out or anything later on? I mean, right down the road.
Yeah, I mean we're like basically done with an album. Like we've got it all, but I don't want to release it until we're 100% happy with it. But yeah, I'm doing a bit more like social media at the moment, kind of like throwing myself into the kind of influencer world and get invited to like events and things, which is quite cool. And doing a bit more modeling, so kind of trying to like spread myself out, not put myself in a pigeonhole, which is good.
Yeah, I noticed on Instagram, as soon as I put a post up last time we had a chat, and it was only a little reel, and it got like 700 hits. When the next time I looked, I thought, oh wow, hang on, what's going on here? And it was just like going for it, It's strange, isn't it? They sort of go for it a lot and then just stop, don't they? Because everybody's got onto the next reel. Then
yeah. I mean, like it's also so crazy on TikTok. Like I could spend ages on like I could write a song and post it, and like I know I could get 1,000 views, and then I posted like a random TikTok the other day, and it's got like 1.2 million views, and I'm like, everything like.
That's amazing. Isn't it? How can everybody find out for you? You mentioned TikTok then. What other socials are you on that they can find you on?
Yes, so I'm on basically all social media platforms, and you can find me at Belle Rose. And on TikTok, I've got another account now which is more active called at Belle Rose 2. So yeah, you can find me on there. I just post my life and all my music and stuff.
Yeah, those are the most two that work, are they? Social medias, would you say? Those platforms?
Yeah, I'm most active on Instagram and TikTok. I think TikTok's kind of like the new thing. It's the most popular platform right now, but yeah.
Well, we just do them all, but we say it's fine. It's a bit of a funny one because sometimes something works on a social platform that I didn't actually think would happen, and then it doesn't happen on another one, and it's changes all the time with different artists that we have on.
Yeah, no, it's so hard to figure out like the algorithm and everything, but it's quite I find it quite interesting to kind of like learn about it all. It's quite fun to, I don't know, I mean it's difficult, but I find it fun, so it makes it worth it.
Yeah, so anyway, look forward to the TV that's coming up, and then your single's actually officially released on August the 2nd, is that right?
Yeah, you're right.
Exciting times for you then. You're doing really well. You'll have to let us know how we're getting on, maybe catch up again in the new year or something. I'll let you get Christmas in, your Christmas special song.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Tell us about that. Well, thanks for joining us on the San Showbiz podcast. It's always great to have you along, Belle. You're looking completely different to last time already. You've evolved since the last video.
Yeah, I think I had super long hair last time.
Yeah, changing all the time. Excellent. That's great. Well, I wish you all the best. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending the time as well to chat to us. And keep in touch as well, won't you?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for joining us and sharing in the untold stories of the stars. In the world of showbiz, there's always another story waiting to be told. See you next time.
Showbiz podcast. It's your entertainment.